Okay, so this is a case study for the nostalgia niche. So this page here, Ember Cut, has got 60k followers, and they're posting pretty much just AI images in the nostalgia niche. So with a kind of engaging caption that kind of, speaks to the older generation. And you can see that the engagement's really high for the amount of followers they got, which is only 60k. 411 engagements on that. I mean, these kind of captions, you can make thousands using ChatGPT. I've got whole documents just full of them, ready to be made into images. And the backgrounds can be made using either Midjourney or Sora. Those are my two kind of go-tos. I would recommend using Sora now. It just seems to be a little bit better with the old fingers. You don't tend to get 6 fingers on a hand anymore, especially with Sora. And Sora also deals with man-made objects a lot better, whereas Midjourney often, the man-made objects, like you'd have maybe a VCR recorder, it's not going to look great with Midjourney, but Sora seems to handle that kind of thing a lot better. So if we have a look at their photographs, some of them may be real, but the problem we always had with Facebook was finding stuff that's copyright free, so that would typically be Creative Commons. You'd have to do a Google search looking for Creative Commons images, which you can still do for certain niches. So if you're in the music niche, you want to find an image of a copyrighted image, maybe a logo, maybe a music star, you can actually still do that. But for a lot of niches now, AI is kind of taken over. So you can create loads of these kind of images, teenagers. So my prompt is typically, I will start the prompt with create a 1970s magazine photo of ... And that gives you this kind of washed out kind of sepia tone. You can specify 1980s Polaroid, that works quite well, or just kind of found faded photo, grainy photo. But I just find saying that like a retro magazine photo just kind of captures that kind of washed out look really well. So here's another page called Sweet Memories. I think this is mainly for the UK. So this has got 219 followers. And they're posting a real mix here. So they're posting objects, so remember this object. And these ones work really well. In fact, I've seen some of the most viral posts I've seen over the past year or so have been exactly this format. There's another Sweet Memory. That's definitely UK, I recognise that. So this is an AI image which has got some text over it. This is quite a popular format where you have kind of different things. Which one was your favourite? Biscuits in this case. You could do it with candies and stuff. So the nice thing you can do is have an object, and then you ask people what is it, and you can do that in the text as well. And that's really popular. That's actually quite big on Reddit as well. So this kind of image with the text at the top is working really well at the moment. So this one is AI. You can make loads of those. That's where you'd want to use a Creative Commons image as well, because that's like a real image. So if we keep going down, see what else they've got here. That's AI. That's not AI. That's AI. That's 34,000. That's a really, really popular post right there. So these ones are good. So when you have like a split image where there's something on the left, something on the right, the contrast, what between standards today, maybe standards yesterday, those are a very good format as well. You could add status posts. So that's an AI image for sure. So this whole thing about, we didn't have much, but we appreciated everything. That's definitely a theme that I've seen in a lot of these successful viral posts. So the nostalgia niche is really, really popular. It works really well. Stuff goes very viral. It appeals to the more mature Facebook audience. And you can create most of the content now using AI. So I'd definitely recommend this niche if you're stuck for a niche of what to get into on Facebook.